Kids and guns, a heated debate.
On average, every third day in America, a child dies in an accidental shooting.
Every accidental shooting sparks a conversation, like this one, involving a 9-year-old girl who shot her instructor, Charles Baca. It was all captured on video by her parents.
Go ahead and give me one shot.
But when she fires, she loses control, accidentally shooting Baca dead.
And now we're in the Lone Star State, asking how young is too young to learn how to shoot.
Happy birthday, young man.
You mean I finally get a gun of my very own?
Yep, you're old enough now.
Awesome.
Excuse me, but seriously? You're giving a gun as a birthday present to a little kid?
Don't worry, I'll teach him everything he needs to know to be safe.
Oh my gosh, is this even legal?
In fact, in Texas and in many other states, it is perfectly legal. You're at a gun shop where you see a father buying his son a rifle for his 7th birthday. Now, do you let our birthday boy exercise his right to bear arms, or do you agree with this disapproving customer? What would you do?
You're the most irresponsible parent on the planet.
All of our actors receive training in firearm safety before we set up at Nardis Gun Shop in San Antonio.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
My son's birthday is today. He's 7 years old today.
Well, I might actually have just the gun for you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and I'm getting my first gun today, so
Congratulations.
I'm really excited about it.
I would be too.
Every gun that our 7-year-old touches has been disabled.
Excuse me, are you actually gonna buy that?
But what'll happen when our disapproving customer
How old is he? Is he like 5?
takes aim at our dad?
I understand what you're saying. Okay, but this is my son.
This is really dangerous. I'm sorry, this is just too irresponsible.
I think that's the most responsible thing that father can do with his son right now. That's to teach his son good firearm use, and that's exactly what he's doing. I just want to shake your hand. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, with what's going on right now, kids get hurt all the time.
They get hurt because they haven't been taught, and that father's teaching his son right now. I disagree with your point 100%.
Time to introduce ourselves.
I'm John Quinones with the TV show What Would You Do?
I'll say I'd shake his hand again in a minute. Great birthday present. Good way to start off.
And a child can handle that mentally, and
I think so. I think the kids out there today that don't get the proper instruction, that's where the problem's at.
We're back at it again.
Excuse me, are you actually gonna buy that for him?
And along comes Jeremy Madama.
Yes, ma'am, I was thinking about it.
That's just too young. This is really irresponsible.
Immediately, he locks eyes on the debate. Whose side will he take?
Is that your wife?
No.
I'm just a concerned customer
Did you
here.
have something happen to you as a child?
What do you mean exactly by that? I just have a really hard time with, a young child like this who's never handled a firearm before.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if you had a traumatic experience. Because teaching a child how to shoot at a young age is the best form of firearm safety.
But he's just too young.
I don't think he's too young.
Jeremy practices what he preaches.
I started my son shooting a little .22 like that when he was 5 years old. And he doesn't touch it unless I'm standing there. You sit there and you supervise your child. I'm sure he's not going to be letting a kid run around in his neighborhood with that. It's all about the way you raise your kids. The gun's not dangerous, people are dangerous.
I mean, how do you know, though?
That's because I'm in the military, I've been surrounded by firearms. It's a way of life.
A way of life for this Army veteran.
Did I just win $1 million?
And when I meet him, I learned that not only was Jeremy Madama in the military, he paid a huge price defending his country.
This happened right here. This happened. You can see it. That's what happened.
and you still feel strongly about guns. And
absolutely, it's part of our Constitution, and people should be allowed, have the right to bear arms.
We're in Texas, and maybe people think differently here than up in other big cities.
There's a lot of parts of Texas that are very rural, and kids grow up with guns. There's kids learning how to hunt and do those things. It's a real shame when you hear about people getting killed or hurt because they didn't know any better, because they weren't taught.
Throughout the day, most customers agree. To prevent accidental shootings, you need training and supervision.
Do you think I'm too young to shoot?
I don't think so. If you got somebody that's training you, like your father, I think you'll be okay.
Thank you.
What age do you think it's appropriate?
I mean, with a 22, I can show a 4-year-old how to shoot a 22.
This man, like other customers here, refuses to blame the gun when a child is accidentally hurt.
In my opinion, guns don't kill people. Somebody has to pull the trigger. Do you blame misspelt words on your pencil? No. So it's pretty much the same thing.
So this is your
But
standard.
what if we switch things up? Our dad is buying an adult-sized .40 caliber Glock pistol, a handgun with a much stronger recoil.
Excuse me, are you actually gonna buy that for your son? I mean, I don't think his hands can even fit on it.
It's a different weapon, but the reaction and the message from this man are the same.
If that's a parent want to teach his son at a certain age, then that's up to that parent. As long as that parent know what he's doing, that's fine.
But how much of a weapon is too much for a 7-year-old?
Is your AK-47?
Yeah, it's a big gun.
Our dad hands his son a bigger and much more powerful assault rifle, which is legal for his son to shoot in Texas.
I mean, this is so irresponsible. He doesn't even look like he can hold it.
Staying out of that one.
Justin Green tells our salesman, who's also an actor, that our dad is off target.
I'll probably not be my first choice.
The AK-47?
Until they're of legal age, I would not keep it.
Keep that, the AK-47, yeah. So you think it's okay for him to shoot if kind of his father's there and whatnot?
If the father has the proper training.
Yeah.
That's the key, just not an amateur.
Why is it a tough weapon for a 7-year-old?
It's an AK-47. There's really no need for it. I mean, there's not for hunting. There's no need for them to have self-defense. It's not really for them.
We roll one last time, and we meet this family, also shopping for a gun. Their 3-year-old points at the gun case and repeats a family rule. What will the family do when the disapproving customer confronts our father and son?
That gun is massive for that little boy.
Trinidad Villa gives Greg
Hey, I think you're doing good.
a thumbs up.
I'm teaching my 6-year-old son how to use what's very.
Still upset, our actress Kirby asks his wife Deandra for her opinion.
Do you guys teach your little girl to shoot with a gun like that?
She gets old enough.
Like what age would you guys consider?
Whenever we think she's ready. Why are you in a gun store if you don't believe in it?
Because I shoot. I'm an adult.
Okay, well,
He's a kid.
You have no business to tell him anything.
I just think it's irresponsible parenting.
It's not your place to tell him.
John, you want to break this now?
How are you?
Oh my gosh, we're such big fans of your
You're
show.
so sweet, thank you.
I have 3 kids.
And they know where your guns are?
Yep.
Are they locked?
I keep them stored away. I don't keep them locked.
Are you worried?
At them, no, I'm not.
Because
I've been teaching them since they were little.
You touch daddy's guns?
Kids and guns. Others elsewhere might disagree. But on this day in this Texas gun shop,
So it's not your birthday?
No.
the consensus was that it's not the age of the user that matters so much as the training and the supervision.